Yeah, Joe, no, Joe, no. I gotta go. I gotta run a live show here. Come on, man. I'm not for your build back broke plan. Okay, sorry, gotta hang up here. See ya. Sorry,
Yeah, Joe.
that was President Biden calling me, asking me if I'm for his broke back better, plan.
Push.
Did you guys see that appeals court?
LGB.
What's that?
LGB.
Yeah, LGB. That was awesome, dude. Yeah, did you guys see that that appeals court put a stay on his mandate? So
Which which appeals court for what state?
I think it was a Fifth Circuit federal
Uh,
court.
Okay, good.
So I mean, it's temporary. And my opinion is it's a little too late because um, companies are already doing it. People may have a different opinion than I do, but I think they've already caused the damage, and companies are continue. They're going to continue to do it. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But that's some good news, at least. At least a court stepped in
Right.
finally. So
In the funny thing about this, the OSHA mandate, they wait until January 4th.
hmm
If, I mean, if it's such a high crisis thing, how come they're waiting till January 4th? They're not doing it immediately.
right. Well, it took them 2 months to come out with the quote 500-page rules, right? And it was a
Yeah,
crisis back then, so why did it take them 2 months?
right.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. What's going on, JC?
What's going on, gents?
Let
What's
me
going
send
on?
you some
Well,
rain.
well,
You guys,
welcome.
What's up, Scarecrow?
How are you?
I'm doing okay. Doing okay.
Great. Did you see the catalog I sent you?
The catalog? No, I did not see the
yeah,
catalog.
it was in Signal, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Just
Okay.
click on the link. And you can probably tell me which one of those was the one you were looking at.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. I totally missed it. I told you I got issues with Signal. Not in communications wise, but alerts and notifications. I just don't. For some reason, I've. You know.
Well, it's not that far back, so just scroll up
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
when you get time.
Oh,
yeah,
thank you for that.
yeah,
I will.
that's
I will.
pretty good. That's pretty good catalog, man. I was drooling.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
We have a lot of models.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I go with the brand that starts with R because that's I don't know, just I've always been that kind of guy. That's
Uh-huh.
all my stuff. Other than my
You're you're a brand
other than my
person.
other than my golden boy, So
Well, I what we sell are top of the line.
yeah. No, I know. I wish I knew somebody that had one. I'd ask them to go somewhere where we could you know utilize it for a little while on
Yeah, I'm not just saying it because I work there. It's the truth.
because I know I like my dad's got a couple Glocks, and I really like shooting those. I mean, the sights on his are just really nice, So
Yep.
yeah, but cool.
I like those. The what do you call them? The laser ones. Those sights.
Mm, well, there's a bunch of different manufacturers. We got one here up in
Yeah.
Wilkesville, Oregon. It's Crimson Trace.
Yeah.
They got a big thing facility there. Yeah,
This company makes our company makes them
cool,
Hmm.
cool.
right up the road from you.
All right. Yep. Probably. I mean, I think we got a couple here. I know Crimson Trace is up in, because it's right off I-5. You can see the building from I-5. But hey, I wanted to ask JC. Hey, your company. Are they going to force you to start paying for the biweekly thing?
I
Or
check my corporate email every day. I haven't seen anything yet.
yeah. Well.
but I figure that'll be the straw right there for me. I'm
I
not.
think you got till January 4th.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Well, the company could make a policy that's before that, though.
mhm.
You know, that's what I was saying.
But
I think
let's
it's
hope
too. I think
let's
it's
hope
too
the
late.
courts come down on that soon.
We'll
Yeah, but I
see.
don't think the court. I don't think the courts are going to be able to. If it's a private company, they're not going to be able to. Yeah, that's communism. The government coming in and telling a private company what they can and can't do. That's just my opinion right now at this point. But I
No,
could be.
but most companies would probably go along with it, whatever the
They're
Supreme Court
gonna
says.
threaten the contracts. They're just going to threaten the government contracts, and the company I work for is huge, and they have lots of government contracts. So they don't need they can do whatever they want. They've already they've already folded in California, and many other states with my company. So um, even before we had any kind of, what shall we call it? I'll just call it bullshit from OSHA and USDOL. Um, so they just folded real quick. They didn't even need any kind of uh, um, you know uh, directives, or they just folded real quick. And
Right.
so it's unless we get a unless that fifth circuit court holds, and the DOJ only has till Monday to respond. If they don't respond by Monday, it will become permanent. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yeah, I read. Well, I didn't see the full decision, but I saw the initial reporting earlier today, where I think
Yeah.
it said they had 5 days or something to respond, and yeah, we'll see. I mean, it is good news. I mean, because everything's been shit lately when it comes to companies and I don't know if you guys saw 34,000 uh, Kaiser Permanente healthcare workers may go on strike. It has nothing to do with COVID. It has to do with pay and other crap. But it could put a real hurt on the healthcare system, and
Yep.
the local TV stations are starting to report up in Washington that hey, expect your rural roads not to be cleared because they're down or WashDOT, employees, so they're not going to be able to plow as much snow. And I mean, snow's coming down up at about 5,000 feet today in the Cascades, and
Wow.
some of our passes are 4,000, and I know up in Washington they're even higher than that. So it's we're getting into the snow season, and it's going to affect trucking and people getting across the passes, and we've got I-84. It comes down the gorge. It usually gets closed twice a year because of ice and snow, and then you got the Siskiyou Pass down there between California and Oregon that you know usually has problems in the wintertime and stuff. So we'll have to wait and see on that.
Yep.
I mean, more shortages.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and you got Biden, begging OPEC and Russia to pump more oil and shit, and it's like, hello, you guys shut down the Keystone Pipeline, and you took away the federal, uh, um, uh, you can't on the federal land you can't pump oil in certain. I think up in Alaska and a couple other places. It's like, way to go, Joe. We were energy independent last year. Now we're not. Thanks a lot, buddy.
That was
Jackass.
the plan. There's
Yeah,
something behind that plan too. He's getting money from you know who.
Yana.
Yeah.
Yana.
So they can get cheap oil.
Yep. Well, hey, Watcher showed up. He says
Yeah.
he's coming up. He's coming. Yeah, okay, give you a few. Cool, man.
Did you see?
You-
I sent you guys a little update on the election in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. They voted every single city councilor out.
yeah, I saw that, but I didn't. I don't think I got. Did you put that in Signal or did you send it through email? Because I don't know my.
Signal, I think it was.
Okay, I'll have to go back and check.
I
That's cool.
in case you wanted to look it up, I made a video. I sent it. to you because I don't know how to put up videos.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah, they were being tyrants down there. You know, they won't let people speak or anything, and they adjourn meetings right during the middle of the meeting and things like that. And the people just got together and said, "We're going to vote," and they voted them out.
Right, that's cool. Hey, we've got it's in Newburgh. It's about I want to say about less than 15 miles as a crow flies, but you gotta get across the river, so I gotta go north and then west. But little town Newburgh, it's a little the little college town. There's a I can't remember the college that's there. George, no, it's not George Fox. I can't remember, but they voted in like three conservatives in a while back, and they banned all political symbols in the classroom because they had teachers flying, gay pride flags and Black Lives Matter flags, and then
Mhm.
a bunch of other stuff that happened with that they were accusing students and teachers of being racist and everything. Now the AECLU and a bunch of liberal teachers are suing the school board, and that just came out today. So I'll have to wait and see what happens with that. I just hope the school board, sticks with their policy of, yeah, no political items in the classroom, period. Um, you
Right.
know, we'll see though.
And what'd you think about the election in New Jersey governor?
Man, that was close. I know
Oh,
you
did you
said
hear what
something.
happened?
Yeah,
It sounds like
I
they
saw
didn't.
that. I saw that. What you
Two
said.
o'clock in the morning, 40,000 votes mysteriously appeared,
I
and
was worried about that in Virginia, actually, man.
every one of those votes voted for Murphy.
Right,
Now
right,
you tell me that wasn't rigged.
right. Yeah.
And and you notice there's no Republicans saying anything.
No,
What's up with that?
it's because I don't want to get negative, but a lot of Republicans just get out there and complain and don't do anything when they could be organizing their community,
Yep.
and getting some shit done. Like, we're seeing small pockets of it across the United States. That New Hampshire one, we got, the school board here, at least two of them, that are fighting back, and there, there's pockets everywhere. But if they would, team up, and
So
I don't know what's going on with Red, White, and Blueprint down there in Shasta County. I haven't seen any updates from them for a while. Because I think they did get that guy on the ballot to recall his ass. Um, the county commissioner there. So I don't know.
and you heard about the trucker in I think it was New Jersey also that ran,
Oh yeah. That was a great
and
story. Yeah, if you
two
wanna.
two 2 days later they're finding votes for the other guy.
Oh, they are
Yeah.
nice.
Now I don't know the whole story. I just caught the end of it on a show I was listening to, and I'm not sure if the trucker lost or not.
Yeah,
Two days two
I'll go
days
check.
later, Bill.
What's that?
2 days later.
Yeah, I'll go check that. Well, they probably are doing the same thing. Well, no, I think it's New Jersey. Yeah, it is in New Jersey where they didn't kill the temporary COVID mail-in ballots. So they're probably still counting ballots from that were postmarked on election day, and it's crap because the guy only spent. Everybody's saying $163 or whatever, but he was talking. He said he spent about $5,000. And to go up against the president of the Senate and do as good as he did, man, it's
Right.
just amazing. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah. It's friggin' off. It's awful that they're stealing it from them.
Yeah.
I'll never vote again, and I'll never ever register or vote again in any election until we get a national voter ID. So,
Well, somebody will still use your name.
yeah. Well, I'm not until they get until until you have to physically present a state issued national voter ID card with your picture on it.
Mhm.
What
You,
and
you
I'll
have
know.
to here in New Hampshire.
Yeah, well, that's great. If they had that Um, I don't even want to say if they had that in California, I would do it. But yeah, if they have that where where they um, um, eliminate mail-in ballots, unless for the indigent or people that physically can't make it, or stuff like that. Common sense stuff. Until they eliminate that, and it's never going to happen in this country again. It'll never happen.
Right.
So
Well, and up here in Oregon, you got, when you go register at the DMV, they automatically register you to the as a non-affiliated. It's the motor voter law, and you have to opt out of it when you get your driver's license, and that would be for say somebody moves from California, doesn't want to register right away in Oregon. Well, when they go to DMV, unless they opt out, they get registered as unaffiliated, which is Remo. Come here. About I'd say about 60% of Oregonians are independent or unaffiliated. So but the mail-in ballots, I mean, it's just total. That's what screwed Oregon. 25 years ago.
Yeah.
But hey, we got 5 in here. Let's get some interaction going on in the chat. What's going on in your area? What do you think about Joe Biden's Build Back Broke plan and the $1.2 trillion thing that just passed in the House today? Infrastructure, my ass.
Wow. I didn't think that was going to go through.
Yeah, no, 13 Rhino Republicans voted for it, and 6 members of the squad voted against it. So, thanks to 13 Republicans, it
Do you
got
know
through.
their names?
I think Breitbart's got it. They got all the names, and Fox has got it. None of them are from my state because all mine, all the we got what 4? We got 4 right now. We've got 4 liberals, 1 conservative, and then we
Probably
picked.
the one from Wyoming.
Uh, I don't know that. Well, I don't think she was on there. I'd have to go back and double check.
No
Uh,
kidding.
but yeah, she needs to get her ass. They need to vote her ass out. That's for sure. Lynn
Probably
Cheney.
the one from Utah.
Utah. Don't know. Hey, Remo,
No,
quit.
I'm just guessing.
Hey, Hexfu showed up. Cool. Great reset. Yeah,
Nice.
Build Back Better. Yeah, it's Agenda 2030. Yep. Absolutely. Different name, same plan. That's exactly right, man. Exactly right. But anything weird going down on there in California I missed lately, JC?
um, no, nothing new, nothing that's been in the media or anything like that that I've seen. Let's see, there is one.
What about Orville, man? How about Orville?
Yeah. Go Orville, right? Go Orville.
Yeah, that was nice.
But they're on the drive-by mile tax push
Oh,
again. Um, and you talk about. I'm just gonna say, you know, what was T Man's favorite, one of his famous quotes. All these shithole cities. Well, I would just venture to say that if they do that, it's going to be a shithole state because, well, it already is. But um,
right. Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's going to do to commerce. Um, you're going to see all kinds of transportation companies that won't do business in California anymore. So, you know,
All
it's
right, I'll be right back. I gotta let the dog out. I'm gonna listen,
mhm.
but I gotta put it on mute and
Yeah.
dog out.
Well, it's gonna hit everybody real deep. Um, and they know it because it's going to be, the bulk of that tax revenue, if they do get it passed, is going to come from your daily commuters, your people going to work every day, your people going to I mean, every mile. Um, Several issues with it, but on how they're going to logistically pull it off, but it's going to be a total mess. And so, you know. I did some research on the excise taxes for California. on gasoline alone, it's 67 cents per gallon goes to the state of California for every gallon of gas.
I'm 35 miles one way.
Yeah, well, there you go. So, 67 cents per gallon goes to the state for every gallon of gas.
Outrageous.
Goes to the state of California, and I think the federal's at 28 or 29 cents. So we're looking at $1 a gallon just in excise tax alone to the state and federal government per gallon of gas, California. So, and California is the only state that does quote summer blend gas unquote and winter blend gas. Only state that does it.
Have you heard from AB this week?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I saw there was late today. UN came out with a report. Whether you trust UN or not, but highest food prices in like 15 years. It's like duh, like you needed to post that. Really?
Yeah, I just finished out packing some stuff. I'm heading to.
What do you mean? I thought Joe Biden said that your hot dog on July 4th or the hot dogs was 16 cents more.
Your audio's fading out, Scarecrow.
You remember that?
Scarecrow, you're cutting out, buddy.
Keeping up, Brad. Can you say that again?
Uh-oh. StreamYard probably.
Well, you sound good right now.
Oh, go out and come back. I said I'll go out.
Still
Well, you
cutting
sound good right now.
cutting out on my end. Okay. Well, all right. Oh, Hexfoos. Anyone seen or heard from Gavin Newsom since this is Booster? Man, I tell you what, I think the Western governors are hiding. We haven't heard shit from our governor here in Oregon for quite some time. All right, we got Scarecrow coming back, I think. Let me check. Here we go. Yep. All right, let's go. Okay, you back?
I check. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Yeah, he's fading a little bit. You may want to just change your location a little bit there, Scarecrow, or how many bars you got on your. Are you doing it on phone or computer? I assume you're doing it on phone. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't hear him at all.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
check out what Hexfoos.
I'm on the phone.
Oh.
Well, hold on. Let me go back out.
Yeah, you heard he canceled all his events, huh? I don't know. I haven't really been keeping track of California lately. Any heard anything on that, like on the radio or anything, JC?
No, he's been AWOL. So that's all I know. Usually we're getting updates during the week on regular terrestrial radio, and they're talking about what he's doing. I haven't heard anything for probably 2 weeks about him. So he's ducking and covering. I don't know what he's doing.
Oh, your rhino governor's been really quiet too. Yeah, DeWine. Yeah, my home state, man.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hello? Is that any better?
Yeah, it's better. Oh, we got another guest coming up here. Hang on a second, guys. Oh, Watcher's coming up. Cool.
I don't know what it was.
Watcher, welcome in, man.
Hello.
Hello, watcher.
That almost sounded like Jerry Seinfeld when he goes, "Hello."
Hello.
Have you guys been watching? Have you guys been watching the Kyle Rittenhouse trial?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I've been watching all of it.
But, yeah.
Did you notice with the? It looks like the what's you say the state, but the prosecution and all, and some of the police officers. It looks like they're trying to railroad that kid.
Yeah, I think the defense is making they could be, you know, doing a lot better at questioning and calling in to, you know, question some of what the I watch a guy who analyzes all this shit. He's a former cop, 30 years. Like
Yeah,
he's saying what he would have asked, and he's like, "What? How come you didn't push back on that?" You know, and I mean, I'm not watching it because it's just, you know, it's too hard to watch a 8 hour, you know, thing. I just usually watch a little bit of it, and then I'll go check somebody who, you know, is
yeah.
legal lawyer or something that knows what the hell is
I've
going on.
I've been watching it on YouTube, but somebody put up at night. I
Yeah,
haven't been watching it live.
I think they're going to try to make an example out of that kid.
yeah, I think so too. Well, his buddy who bought him that AR, well, he bought it with Kyle's money. He's under 2 indictments. So I think the first day he testified, and the prosecution was up there saying, you know, we didn't coerce you, did we? Because we got 2 indictments against you. You know, and he's like, no. You know, it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Why even bring that up, man? You know, that's a defense's job. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I don't know how long this is going to go on. But yeah, I agree. I think he's going to get railroaded. I mean, to me, it's self-defense. I mean, from what I've seen.
God, the video shows it.
Right.
If you go by the video.
But we don't know who the jury is. You know, we don't know what the jury is. The judge seems pretty. I don't know. I've seen a couple things where he's, you know, pushed back on the prosecution and stuff. You know, reining them in.
Yeah, he seems like a good judge.
Yeah. So what's going on down in your area, Watcher? Down in the South.
Ow. Oh, sorry. I was too busy biting my tongue for a moment there. It's the same old here. Nothing new to report.
What were you biting your tongue about, man?
Yeah. They're gonna railroad that kid, old Kyle, the Kenosha kid.
Yep.
They're gonna. I don't know if he's gonna get a fair trial out of this. I don't know. Anyway, nothing new down here. Same old crap.
Someone told me that it never went to the grand jury. You guys know anything about that?
What the case? It would have had to go to a grand jury for him to get indicted.
Well, that's what I thought, but
Yeah. And then, I mean, once the indictment comes, you know, you can plead or what. I mean, you know, if the prosecution offers you a plea deal or it goes to trial, and you know, thankfully the kid didn't plea. You know.
oh,
I don't know. I know some people that took plea deals that didn't work out very well for them.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, any other topics? Since we got a fourth stooge here, anything else concerning to anybody? Or that you're aware of? No.
well, there must be something.
Yeah.
We could talk about wheat.
Oh, you want to talk about the wheat and gluten you said last week tonight?
Yeah, but I don't know if said person I was going to talk to is here. So
Oh,
Oh, did you invite somebody?
No, last week there was somebody saying they would really enjoy that topic, and I mean,
Well, I enjoy listening. I don't know much about it.
you know more about it than I do, I'm sure, but either way, I mean,
Probably
it
James knows everything about it.
as far as I'm concerned, gluten allergies and all that stuff is a direct result to the mechanization process of harvesting wheat. It's not harvested in the same way as it used to be.
Well,
Not
could all the crap they're spraying on the fields too.
well, yeah, that too. But wheat used to grow really tall or really short, and it had more seed heads on one or the other, and they wanted a shorter plant that was easier to harvest with more yield on it, so they grew it different ways, and then they mechanized it all, and then now it doesn't have time to sit and ferment a little, you know because back in the day it used to go through a little bit of fermentation process, and I think a lot of that has something to do with why, and not to mention the chemicals they put on it, because it gets sprayed like 6 or 7 times before it gets to the table. But I think a lot of that has to do with why our bodies can't break down the glutens. And
Yeah, well, that's interesting. Never heard of that before. That's good info.
Well, I don't seem to have a problem with it that I know of.
well, there's a lot of things. They say gluten allergies, I forget the technical name for it. They say that it can cause headaches or irritable bowel syndrome, and you know different side effects that you might not associate with gluten.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that because I used to eat pasta like a fool, man. And then after, I don't know, it was like 3 years ago, man. Every time I ate it, it just killed my stomach, and I cut. I usually only make pasta when my own macaroni and cheese with real cheese every once in a while. When I get a craving, but being an Italian and not being able to eat pasta sucks, man. I'll tell you that.
Right.
Try making pasta. It's not really hard to make. You can
Yeah,
use whatever organic flour you want to use, and some egg yolks
I've
and
tried.
a little
I'm
olive
not.
oil.
I'm not good in the kitchen unless I'm grilling something, man. I've tried.
Um, then
I've
try to make
tried.
raviolis.
I've tried pasta. I've tried making bread. I've tried making all kinds.
Excuse me.
If it don't go on a skillet or on a grill, it's or I can put it in a pot and boil it. I'm not very good at it.
Well, pasta is easier than you think to make.
It's eggs.
Um,
Well, I know my great grandma. She used to have a room where she made her own pasta, and we'd go in there, and that's all you could smell because she had all the drying racks. Where she was drying all her pasta and stuff, and of course,
mhm.
garlic in the garage, just tons of garlic, and man, what a great
Well,
smell!
did you
I've
read
made
anything Hexafus is putting up?
Hang on a second. Let me look. Uh, well, which one are you talking about?
All of them.
Yeah,
Going through all that trouble to put it up, we ought to look at it.
yeah. I was looking at that. Build Back Better. Newsom. You may have missed that, and then Rhino Governor DeWine, really quiet too. Yeah, because my mom still is my most of my family lives in Ohio, northern Ohio. So, um, and then climate change. Well, we've been getting this week we got pounded with you know not a CME, but solar radiation, and man, I tell you what, I haven't been able to sleep all week. You know.
Wow. Do you guys know anything about all these politicians that are being paid by Farmer? There are only two in Congress and the Senate that aren't being paid by Farmer, and those two are Rand Paul and Green, Eleanor Green.
Oh yeah, down there out of Georgia.
Only two. So what does that mean? They're being paid by pharma. I'm hoping
They
somebody could tell me about that.
they're probably donating to their campaigns. I mean, because you know, I'd
Include.
say 70% of the time a congressman's out, uh, congressperson or senator's out, you know, getting campaign money
Campaigning.
for the party, because they have in the House they have requirements for each party. You know, you have to raise so much money a year for your party. I think it was I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago. I think it was a former. He quit after his only one term because he's like, it's you can't get anything done. I think it was on 60 Minutes or you know some national show, which I was like, holy shit. But he was like, you know, you spend all your time trying to raise money, and that's not what I came to Washington for. You know, I came, you know, to work for the people, and um, I can't remember. I don't think it was 60 Minutes. Think it was something on ABC or 2020 or something like that.
Yeah.
Nightline or one of those things. But yeah, it's all about money, man. Follow the money.
Yep.
Well, it seems to me as though if big pharma is contributing, they I guess they're paying them to push the agenda, right?
Well, they're
Yes.
paying
I
the
guess sounds like it.
no, they're paying the doctors and the hospitals too. I mean, I mean, I
Oh,
know it's
buttloads.
that link I dropped in Signal earlier. I watched some of that today. I had to send it to my mom because I'm like, holy crap! You know, they had this kind of forum down there in Florida, and they live broadcast it. And you know what they were saying there, I don't want to get into it because I don't want to get my channel squashed. But
Sure.
if you ever get a chance at some point, go back and at least listen to some of it because they kind of lay out. I think one doctor was talking about how the farm companies are, you know, paying hospitals and doctors, you know, to use certain, you know, certain medications instead of what works, and you know, they have the COVID rules, you know, treatment rules that you have to follow, you know, which there's a lot of you know naturopath doctors and other doctors are like that's bullshit. I can, you know, I'm not a medical doctor, but you know they were saying they could treat it without you know these uh, drugs and stuff by using zinc and vitamin D and C and all that stuff. And it's
Right.
all about money. I mean, everything's about money, power and money. You know, that's what it is. And Americans have been just too dumbed down for the last 50 years. And then of course after social media came out, people got dumber.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I don't think I can remember a handful of phone numbers anymore. They're all on my phone.
Mr. JC's pretty quiet there for once.
He's not on.
Oh, he's up here on mine. He's on. Oh, he's
Well,
on me. I had to put my glasses on. Usually he's got tons to say, but I know he's probably busy. So
I'm still here. I'm still here, folks.
that's cool. No, I know. I know you said you had
I
some
said
stuff.
enough in my video today. So
What's that?
I think I said enough in my video today.
Yeah. Saw that Forged Equity Project on YouTube. And I don't Scarecrow doesn't have a channel. I don't think Watcher does either.
It's not much on it anyway.
No, okay. Well, Watcher's a common name too, so probably be hard to find you. Well, anyway, it looks like we got 4 people in here, and only Hexafus is in the chat. So, I don't know any other things. I'm probably gonna close this out because it looks like we're not getting any
that's all right. We can still
participation.
talk.
What's that?
Don't worry about the participation. We can still talk and have a good time.
All right. Well, I mean, you want to talk about Kim Kardashian's butt or something? I mean,
I can't talk about that right now. If you know
All
what
I
I
can
mean.
say is it looks very unnatural.
No, I was joking, man. Yeah, very, uh,
Let's talk about the governor of South Dakota. I mean, we could talk about that for a while.
oh yeah,
Oh.
Kristen Noem. Woo.
Yep.
Her,
Um,
her, her, and her and Miss Bobert out of Colorado, man.
Yeah.
Two hardcore hot Republicans, man.
Now, the one in
Boy,
Colorado is the one that's in the guns, right?
yeah, she's got the restaurant where she lets her waitresses, open carry in the restaurant.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, she's. I mean, I expect a lot from her because I know she's only a freshman. She's only been in since January, but she said because I do follow her channel and kind of keep an eye out for what she's doing, and she has put together some legislation. I don't know where it's gone. If it's even gotten to a committee or anything, but like that. But at least seems like she's doing the work. Because I was kind of worried about some of these new Republicans getting in that are so-called conservatives because we've seen this before where the Tea Party, everybody was all for the Tea Party in 2010, and then what happened? They freaking just caved, and it's
Yeah.
like we just you can't conservatives just can't keep a consistent drive on for constitutional rights, your rights from God, everything else. They pick and choose their battles, and we need some people in there. We need some farmers. We need some truck drivers in Congress. We need
Yep.
plumbers. Your average Joe. All those people. But then again, who wants to run? Who wants to run and have the media after you? But then again, that guy from that trucker from New Jersey did it. So it is possible, I guess, even
That's
in a
right.
blue state like New Jersey. So
Jersey. You got a lot of Italians in New Jersey too.
oh yeah, Staten Island too.
If you know
I
what I
mean,
mean, what kind?
what's that?
If you know what kind I mean.
No, because I'm not from New Jersey.
Oh, the ones in in the movies,
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, okay, because along the coast there, Atlantic City and stuff. Yeah, I get you.
like that movie. The one with Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro.
Casino.
Not the other one.
Oh, can't remember.
Goodfellas.
Oh,
I will
okay.
grant you one favor on this day, my daughter's birthday.
Yeah, yeah.
You must have
Well,
seen that movie.
don't screw with Italians, man. I'm sure JC knows. When I was in the
Oh,
when I was in the when I was in the military, everybody's they couldn't pronounce my last name, so they gave me the nickname Seacole. And I'm like, hey, you guys don't screw with me, man. I got an uncle in the mafia in Chicago, man. He'll put a whack on you.
Hey,
And we got I'm friends with Joey Bag of Donuts too. That's a
yeah.
fellow Italian, Joey Bag
you
of
don't fuck with
Donuts.
some Chicago mooks, you know?
What was that?
A bad impression.
Mine?
No, it was mine. I was
I
talking
can't.
smack about myself, man.
Well, I'm not from the East Coast, and I don't have a good Italian accent either. Too much military moving around and living everywhere south. I mean, when we moved to Germany from Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Everybody over there, after 3 years, me and my older brother, we had kind of a southern drawl, and we got made fun of when we got over to Germany. And then, it's like
Really?
Ah,
you just
jawohl.
you just
Deutschland
pick
über
this
alles.
shit up. You just pick these accents up, and up here in the Northwest, I don't think people up here in the Northwest have accents, but you can pick. I can usually pick somebody from Jersey or New York, or if it's Southern accent, I can usually say "Hey, you from Georgia?" And they're like, "Oh, how'd you know?" It's just, "Oh, your accent," or you can know the Texans, and I mean, I used to do a lot when I was doing tech support. Get a call from Georgia and be like, "Whew, easy call, man," you know, and somebody be on there, "Hey, baby, hey, sugar," really laid
Did
back. But if you call New York, they'd be like, "I'm gonna get a fucking lawyer, man," blah 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 blah. If you don't fix my problem, and it's like, shut up, man, chill out, man, come on.
well,
But
it was fun, right?
what's that?
I said it was fun, wasn't it? You enjoyed it.
Doing support, I mean, it was fun when you had people that would listen to you. I mean, people from the South are way more laid back, and they'd actually listen to you. But New York, California, any we had contracts with prisons in California and
Oh,
Washington, Oregon, and these so-called IT guys that didn't know what a printer driver was, and couldn't go to their settings on the computer and shit. It's like,
Sir,
hey,
have you plugged the device in?
right?
hmm.
Uh,
Do you guys know anything about the about 2 weeks ago the Chinese set off some kind of a super missile or something like that? I don't
hypersonic,
know anything about it.
yeah, hypersonic missile, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you
can
got
you
China,
some?
China testing them. We've been testing them for a long time. We just haven't been able to make it happen quite yet. And then of course Russia's got their hypersonic missile too. And I mean we're behind. I think we're behind China on the technology thing. I'm sorry, but
Well,
like,
we're probably intentionally behind,
oh yeah, exactly. Well, they're
yeah,
ripping off all our shit, man.
right?
They're
Being sold to them by our own government.
right. Their
Whoops.
fifth gen fighter over there is basically, it looks like a F-22, and I mean, it goes back to Clinton's, man. The Clintons,
Hmm.
remember L'Oreal, the rocket, they were,
Yes,
yeah, all that
I
stuff.
remember them selling out to them,
Yep,
selling them
absolutely.
secrets. It was right. It came right out in the newspaper,
Right, right, yep.
and nothing was done about it. Like,
Mm-mm.
oh, it's okay to do. I don't understand that.
Right. On that note, did you see that? It's not getting much coverage, but that Russian that was involved with giving false information for the Steele dossier. Russia conclude. Trump.
Oh, yeah,
Watch all these girls pee on a bed and all that crap in a hotel, and he got indicted, and Durham. I don't know. Durham's been dragging his feet or something, or he's really digging in deep because everybody's
yeah.
been
That's
wait,
taken
no,
3 years.
everybody's been saying for a long time. Wait till Durham. Wait till Durham. He's not done yet. And now he's starting to drop some shit. So who knows? But I
Yep.
don't think Hillary's gonna ever. It's not gonna get up to Hillary or any.
No,
They're not gonna catch any big fish. Let's just put it
my
that way.
guess is that's as far as it's going to go. That's my
Right.
guess.
Right.
They don't want to catch big fish.
No. No. No.
Big fish
They're
have
not.
big
They're
money, big
not.
lawyers.
Yeah, they're not allowed to catch them.
Well, and I'm sure Hillary and her minions have shit on every member of Congress and the Supreme Court and other political operatives in other states and shit. So they're not going to go after him because that would just open a can of worms, and people would be like, "Holy shit, this is going on in our country! What the hell?" It's like, well, duh.
Yeah,
There's a lot of things going on right in plain sight that they don't even hide. You can look it up on the on everybody's favorite search engine and see it plain as day. They don't even hide what they do anymore.
right. I just didn't want to say too much on this channel about that.
Whatever, man. I don't care about that. I don't think that's going to be a problem. It's more of the medical interventions that's going to get whacked, and YouTube's deleting a bunch of comments on my channel now. I saw today I had one video, and there's like 5 comments. I went to check comments, and there was like 0 there, and I'm like, what the hell, you know?
Mhm.
Wow.
Can we all choose our favorite voice or impression and say hi to Google?
Hi, Google.
Wait. On 3, on 1, right? 3, 2, 1.
Hi, Google.
Hey, Google
Ah, you piece of
fuckers!
shit.
Google bastard fuckers! Fuckers!
Motherfuckers.
Oh, Jimmy Joyful showed up. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I know him too. Jimmy's got a lot to say a lot of times. I don't know. He's been pretty silent lately. You know?
Probably
Jimmy
gonna
has a lot to say, and he says good things. The problem is he spends too much time in the gas station looking at the damn hot dog rack.
That's not true, man.
That's fucking so wrong, man. It's fucking wrong on so many fucking levels, man. Man, fucking, that's racist, man. Fuck.
Don't judge Jimmy, man. You don't know. Jimmy Joyful.
Got one of those flags flying in your backyard?
Shit, yeah.
Oh man, that's freaking.
I got a different flag in my yard.
At least it's not on your front porch.
Yeah, you wouldn't find any of those flags in my town, man. We got people still flying Trump 2020 flags in my town, man.
Yeah.
Uh,
I bet they got the new ones coming soon.
yeah, F Biden.
Right.
Right.
It's funny because there's no kinds of roadside stands. I just call them like flag stands or whatever out here. I'm about as southwest of the United States as you can get, so you can figure out what county I'm in. But in our county, and including Riverside County to the north, there's just in the JOB every day, I'm passing probably 4 or 5 roadside, table stands with the 10 by 10 tents on them, and they're selling flags and hats and all that shit. And you got just about any kind of flag you want to purchase, including the Gadsden and the Let's Go Brandon flags and all that kind of stuff.
Did you see the guy that put that big "Let's Go Brandon" thing in his yard?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
I
Yeah.
didn't see.
Everybody should put that out there for Christmas ornaments this winter.
Well,
And,
hey,
Bober-
Scarecrow, that LGB video to TNT was hilarious, but then I was listening to Queen the other night, and I can't sing or whatever. But I was thinking, let's go, Brandon.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
some other song, but that TNT video was pretty cool, man. That guy did a lot of work on that one, man.
Well, Bobert from Colorado, she's been wearing a Let's Go Brandon dress, right? You guys see that?
No, I gotta look that up.
Oh yeah. She was picking on AOC because AOC won that or wore that tax the rich,
Yeah, right.
tax the rich dress at whatever event she was at, and Bobert came out with her own Let's Go Brandon dress. I forget what event she was at.
Sorry.
But yeah.
Just puked a little in my mouth.
Oh,
Gross.
well,
Hey, Patriots.
What
showed
flavors
up.
did you realize?
Cool.
What flavors did you taste there? Whatever. Fuck that. It's too gross.
Peanuts and Bush.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, I mean, that's what happens. You bring up that AOC. Excuse me.
Well, some people say it's better the second time around. I don't know. I'm just asking.
Wow.
Yeah, well, James is losing his fucking mind. Okay.
Hey, I was gonna, I told Scarecrow and Jake the other day I had an idea, and I've been mulling around for a couple of days, and I don't know, it's maybe a side thing. I wanted to get your guys' opinion. Maybe somebody will rip off the idea.
Let me interrupt you for just a second there.
What's up?
can I interrupt? Excuse me for the interruption, but when you say that you want to run a couple things by us, and then you just disappear, you disappear for a while, and I'm like, yeah, what's up? What's up? What's up, man? What's
Well,
going on?
I told you it'd take a while.
Like,
That's why I completely forgot
wait,
about it.
that's not that's not true camaraderie there, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm doing it now.
You know what
But
I'm saying?
anyway, I haven't been able
All
to
right,
sleep.
bro. All
I
right,
haven't been
bro.
Hey,
able to
Hexa, that's
I digress.
that Bush beer right there, man. That's
I'm gonna
that
I'm
that's
gonna mute up
lifeblood,
now.
man.
So
But
shoot, bro. Shoot.
yeah, no,
Shoot. What is it, man? Come on, bro.
come on, man, screw off, dude. Hey, so no, I mean, literally, I haven't been able to sleep, and my mind's been, going because it never stops. And I was thinking, the game Monopoly, right?
Right.
Okay, everybody's played it, right? I was thinking about coming up with an idea where it's instead of Monopoly, it's social dash ism, and you have a banker or a government, not a banker, but a government official, and there's things around the board where you have to pay the government, and and the government actually rolls the dice for you. You can't roll the dice. I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean, I've had been thinking about that a lot, and I was like gonna get some cardboard and start scratching that out a little bit. But I don't know I don't think it would take off, or if it'd be worth the time. But kind of make a point, So you want to
You
learn
can go
about
on.
socialism? Play a game,
You can go on Shark
Monopoly.
Tank and sell it.
Yeah. I don't know if those liberals up there on Shark Tank would go for it, man.
Monopoly. Wasn't that originally called the landlord or something like that?
I don't know, man. I just know my older brother used to cheat when he was a banker all the time. Stuff $500 bills under the board and crap.
Wow, he must have been a Democrat.
No, he definitely wasn't. But when we were kids, he cheated everything. He always had to beat. He always had to beat the little brother. That's for sure. Oh, Risk.
Hmm.
Oh, Bush beer. There's your first mistake. LOL. Yeah. Well, at least it's not Hams or Pabst or something like that. Or beer.
Yeah.
Did
Monopoly
James
was
have
originally called the landlord's game. Yeah, that's what it
Okay.
was.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
James, did you ever buy any of that beer?
I did not. I did not find it. I
Oh,
looked.
get
Well, the ones you said had the little thing in it or whatever. I haven't found them yet. But I did not get Bevmo yet. I told you guys about Bevmo. That's a huge kind of like mini Walmart of alcohol and spirits or whatever. I haven't got the Bevmo yet, but I bet you they probably have it. But I've
Are
checked
you
a
sure
couple.
Guinness
Oh,
is? Are you sure Guinness
oh,
isn't illegal in California, man? You never know.
No. I got 2 bottles chilling right now in my fridge. But I don't, like I said, I don't really drink that much at all. But when I get that hankering for beer, um, that just tastes so good, man. Keep it chilled. I'm one of those freaky dudes that has a temperature gauge in my fridge because I went through the food safe program many years ago. Serve safe, I should say. And it's a national certification, food safety, very rigorous curriculum. And I just have had this thing ever since where, my fridge is over 40 degrees. It's not good. Not good. Call security. So
that's right. Gotta throw everything out.
yeah. So I keep a temperature gauge in there. So those beers have been cooling at about 38 degrees for a while.
Hold on now. How long can I leave butter out on my counter before it goes bad?
Well, that depends if it's all natural butter
Covered or
or
not?
No,
or
natural butter.
natural butter. If you keep the air away from it, if you keep it sealed, if you just put it, uh, a slab of it on a plate or something like that, probably within about 3 or 4 hours, you'll probably have about 6 million pieces of bacteria on it.
Well, let's say I've got it in a piece of Tupperware.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. I got the never-ending cough, but it's letting up.
If you leave the butter in a container sealed, where you can get as much oxygen out of that container before after you put the lid on and you press it out and whatever you can do, it'll probably be fine for about 4 or 5 days, easily at room temperature. If it's natural,
I gotta
if it's
throw
all
some
natural
butter away.
But see, all natural butters have the true fats in them,
Right.
so they will go rancid a lot quicker than the store boughts, because the store boughts have all the goodies in them. All the goodies keep them staying a long time.
All that extra.
Yeah,
All
the extra.
all the carcinogens.
Yeah. But the natural butter, if you keep it in Tupperware, I wouldn't keep it sitting near any kind of sun hitting it or anything like that. But if you keep it in, room temperature, 68, 70, 72, and it's sealed, and it's not just open 3 or 4 times a day and letting air in and this and that. If you let it sit,
Well, I mean, it's butter we use. Of course, it gets opened a couple times a day.
well, I'm just saying that'll just decrease the life of it, because the more oxygen, bacteria needs oxygen, so that's how it proliferates. So, same thing with cancer. Cancer cells.
You can get some good butter at your local dairy farm.
Yep. And we got out here in Oregon, I swear to God, the best cheese in the world and the best butter is Tillamook, because they don't, if you ever come to Oregon and get out to Tillamook, on the coast, you got to go visit the Tillamook factory out there, man. It's there's no ingredients other than milk or cream, and maybe if you get salted butter, there's salt in it. But man, that's the best butter and cheese. Holy crap!
Isn't that like an icon in Oregon? Isn't that what?
Yeah,
Sounds good.
well, it's expensive too, but it's supporting a local company. They're pretty big, but their plant is not like one of these industrial processing plants that are miles long or something like that. It's just a little plant, and they produce a lot of cheese and butter and ice cream and crap. And
Nice. Can we get on your Christmas list?
yeah, well, they used to have that store here. It was at the airport. I haven't been at the airport for a long time, but it was made in Oregon. Everything in the store was produced or manufactured in Oregon. And I don't know, Tillamook. We've got Umpqua Dairy down in the Rogue Valley, Umpqua Valley, and then we got Reese's, which is they sponsor the Beaver Stadium. It's Reese's Stadium. They got good. It's all natural crap. There's not a lot of preservatives and crap in there. If you just go to the store, it's not national. I don't think it's West Coast mostly, but you look at the ingredients, it's like, holy crap, there's nothing in here other than natural ingredients. Awesome,
All
but
natural, no artificial.
it's
Love
a little,
it.
it's a lot more expensive, but it's like it's better for your body and
I'll send you my address, Bill.
all right, you may get a brick of Tillamook cheese in a cooler or something.
Nice.
Hey, Bill, I just want to let you know, Patriots Patriot and True Seeker Female are in the
True
house.
Seeker Female came in here. Let me check chat.
Yeah.
Patriots Patriot, what's going on, buddy? Yeah. Oh, I tell you what, it was years ago, but I left some margarine out for a day and it shrunk. So that was bad. I was like, yeah, I'm not eating it anymore. Oh, I think you're always working, True Seeker Female. Well, hi to you too. Hope everything's good back on the East Coast.
Hey, True Seeker, put us on speakerphone. Put us on speakerphone. We'll say hello to you in our favorite voices. Put us on speakerphone. Speakerphone. Okay?
You're damn right. Put me on speakerphone. I want to piss somebody off.
Go for it, Truth Seeker.
Yeah, let us know. On 3, 2, 1, when you let us know, put us on speakerphone. I dare you.
And you know, if you're working, put it. If you got a PA system there where you
You know
work,
she's laughing. You know she's laughing right now.
put it on that.
Come on, put us on
That's right.
speaker. Come
I got
on.
something to say to everybody. You put me on a damn PA system in a store or
PA.
something like that. Excuse me, people. Get out. You know,
Do it.
we're
Do it.
closing. Get out. I don't care if you got something in your buggy. Get up on out of here. Just leave the buggy there. We'll put it back on the shelf.
We don't like you kind around here. Yeah.
She's got no customers. No exposure for the love.
If you put this on speakerphone and hears it, she'll probably
We could do
like,
Bullwinkle too. Hello, boys and girls. Let's go, Brandon.
That's freaking hilarious. Oh, President
What do you
Charlotte
think, George?
sometimes. There you go. Let's go, Brandon.
That's
Nothing
where I
up my
got it from. I
sleeve.
was reading chat.
Oh, okay, sorry. Oh,
Hey, Yogi.
Boo Boo. Looking for
Hey,
the
boo boo.
picnic
Let's go
basket.
get us some picnic baskets. Hey.
Ranger Smith isn't gonna like this.
An exit and stage left even.
I'm so happy.
Oh, see ya, True Seeker Female. Thanks for showing up.
away.
Thanks
Scare
for
her away.
I'd run too if I'd put me on speakerphone. The hell's wrong with you?
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens.
She probably can't. She probably got cameras and everything else in there what she does. Probably got cameras in there and everything else.
right.
Who knows? Thanks for showing up.
Yeah, I wonder how many a-holes she has to put up with every day. You know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Innumerable.
And they wouldn't want me as a bus driver. Oh shit! I'd probably get fired the first day. Oh,
I
so
could
you
see,
don't
I
wanna pay
could see
your fucking-
James driving one of those little ice cream trucks.
Get off my fucking bus, you bitch! Get off my bus! Don't fucking come back. Yeah, James, we need to see you in the office. And for what? For what? What the fuck? Fucking jackass want to pay his fucking fare, so I kicked him off the fucking bus. Grabbed his scarf, wrapped it around his fucking neck a couple times, kicked him off the fucking bus. What you want? Yeah, James, your services are no longer required here with the transit system, and we'll go ahead and cut your check for you. Go fuck yourself. Okay, I'll need this. Go fuck yourself.
Hey, not for nothing. I like your face, but get the fuck out of my bus. You hear?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. When I was in Germany in the army, man, you didn't want a bunch of army guys on a public bus. I'll tell you that, or a public train. Holy shit, man. There's always crap going on.
Ah, fick dich. Get off my bus.
Like if you're working in a retail establishment that allow vulgarity, right?
They all
Yeah.
allow vulgarity, don't they?
No, I mean with the
Oh, you
customers.
mean by the employees? Yeah.
Yeah, by the employers with the customers, you know. Like down here, one of the favorite lines is, "You want a bag, right?" So I'd be like, I'd add the vulgarity, right? Like, "You want a fucking bag with that shit?" James, you in the office, no.
Sound like jelly.
Hey, you want paper? You want fucking plastic? What?
Hey, you got to pay 5 cents for a
Yeah,
fucking
that's what
bag
I'm
up here.
fucking
For you.
for you. Here you go, fucking pick up your change.
What do you mean plastic? Stop polluting the fucking earth, huh?
Oh man.
Well,
Yeah.
God damn, I bet you drove here in a big ass, 6x6 fucking diesel too, didn't you?
you sleeping?
Warning, Mom. This may get vulgar. Warning, Mom. Sorry.
Hey,
Mom.
Ma, sorry about the fucking language, you hear? We love you, though, and we appreciate you, and we do honestly and sincerely apologize.
I'll tell you
But
what,
it's funny as hell.
My mom adopted JC, so that
Oh.
says something. Yeah.
Oh,
I
see,
bet you
there's
she
someone for everyone.
watch my mouth
Well,
out with soap.
well, the other
and
night
times my mouth.
she wanted me to tell you she was gonna fly to San Diego, and well, I'll talk to you offline. But yeah, so she's like, "Well, do I need to fly to San Diego?" I was like, "Ma, calm down, calm down." I love my mom.
So you do.
Yeah. 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 Well, yeah.
My wife's
What,
mad at me.
Well, I mean, she's a tough cookie, man. 3 hip replacements within 4 months. I
Wow.
mean, then she got the vid and got over that within like 3 or 4 days. You know, it's like, man, you know, she's a go getter, and when she can, you know, but
yeah. Well, that's good because that actually strengthened her immune system with her age and all that.
yeah,
You know,
right,
good thing. So she
yeah.
got lots of antibodies and ramped up her T cells and her white cells and all that stuff. That's good.
Well, and she just finished her physical therapy too, so she's got through all that crap. So unfortunately, it's going to be, you know, up in northern Ohio, man. It's getting cold. It's going to get cold up there, and of course, right on Lake Erie, the lake freezes every year. So I know that's one of her favorite places to go is walking on a beach up on Lake Erie. And
Hey,
we'll be able to
speaking
do
of
that.
lakes, isn't Lake Powell or something like almost empty?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I
That's
think Lake
sad.
Mead was really low too. Yeah.
Where'd it
Yeah.
go?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think it went to LA.
Yeah. Right.
Well, in case you don't know, the state of California dumps about $6 million of fresh water every day into the ocean
Through
because of
toilets?
Save that little fishy, right?
the Delta smelt, the little smelt fish in the Sacramento Valley. And you know, I'm a proponent of God's creations and all that stuff and all that, but the fish just exist. There's no way to profit from it. There's no it's not harvested. It's not packed. It's not sold. It's just one of those creations that exists on the earth, and because it's a living organism and it's protected by the Unicorns and Rainbows Coalition. They have to divert about 7 million gallons of fresh water from the mountains
That's crazy.
into the ocean literally every day. So, yeah, pretty cool. And then we have
What is California? You know, what do you expect?
we have a desalination plant right on the beach there on the coast of Carlsbad, California. And if you don't know what that means taking fresh water, desalinating it, right? Taking seawater and turning it into fresh water. And we have a huge plant up there, but in an eco-friendly, environmentally friendly fucking state, why aren't there 50 fucking desalination plants on the coast of California?
What runs that plant?
The city of Carlsbad in
No, I
coordination.
mean like what energy source, like
Right.
electricity or something like that.
PG&E is a big partner, and PG&E.
Is it hydro?
Largely regulated by the California Public Utilities Commission, or I substitute CPUC for C-fuckers, the C-fuck. CPUC, the California Public Utilities Commission, an unelected body which dictates all energy policy and mandates and directions.
What do they do with the salt?
They actually process it and
Make sea salt or something?
Yeah, they actually process it and convert it into commercial products. So and then it
Like
goes
the brine
through
that they inject the chickens with.
Yeah, same kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but so if they here's the hypocrisy of it, right? So the desalination plant was built with tax dollars, right? So they took, let's just say, our money and built the desalination plant, and they create fresh water with it, create commercial products from the salt. So where's my fucking paycheck at? Where's my you know what I'm saying? I don't get it. So if okay, I'm not sure I understand the whole thing. You know, I'm being facetious here, but it's like Alaska has the subsidy, right? If you
Right,
live in
for oil.
you get a subsidy, right?
Yep.
From natural resources, you get a subsidy check every year, right?
Think
And it's
you'd
based
see
on
that in your state income tax returns or something. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, what a concept. Yeah, how about that? Pretty cool, huh? So
Mm.
you know, and for an eco-friendly unicorns and rainbow state, why don't we wouldn't have water shortages, we wouldn't have routes unquote if we could build 20 or 30 of those along the coast, 20 or 30 of those along the coast. um, we would never have to worry about water shortages, would we? But that makes too much freaking sense, doesn't it?
Wow.
And then they're shutting down. They shut down the San Onofre nuclear plant, and it only takes about 14 years to fully shut it down, um, which makes me laugh. But anyway, um, they shut
How
that
about
down. I don't know,
how old is
10
the
years ago,
plant?
whatever. What's that?
How old is the nuclear plant?
I think it was built in 60. I don't know, 62, 64, 68. I don't know,
Oh
something like
man,
that. I don't know.
and it's still going.
Oh no, it's been shut down for 8 or 9 years now. It takes about
I used
14.
I used
So
to
it was
work at
running
the
for
one in
50,
Maine.
60 years.
According to the Brainiacs, it takes about 14 years to fully shut it down.
The average
So,
Seems like it
lifespan
was
of a
well
nuclear
ago.
plant is like 20 years.
yeah. hmm hmm hmm
Yeah,
hmm
they took it's they took one out of Washington. Of course, I think we had one a long time ago, 30 years ago. They took it out, but I remember there was one. I think it's past Woodland, which is about 35 miles north of Portland. It was on the right on the river, and they tore that down. And it didn't take them very long to tear it down. I remember them because it was like a landmark. You're driving up I-5 and you just look over and you know where you're at because there's a nuclear power plant. And the one where I'm from in Ohio, it's Davis Bessie right on Lake Erie. They're closing that one down too. And my cousin and his wife work there, and they haven't really shut it down quite yet. But that's been up for since I was a kid, so that's 50 years, and it's still running.
Wow.
Tell you what, if you're ever driving down the highway and you see a 18-wheeler, tractor trailer, whatever, and it's got like a concrete box set on the back end of the trailer, and there's nothing else on that trailer, yeah, steer clear of that.
Yeah, nuclear waste going to Yucca
Or if it's
Mountain.
a tanker truck with a really small tank, yeah, steer clear of that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Why are they shutting down these nuclear plants? Are they like out of
They're old.
service? Are they're just old and
Well,
need
Paul,
maintenance, or are they just shutting down nuclear because everybody's against nuclear for
Well,
some
there's
reason?
there's been no approvals for new nuclear plants for freaking decades, man.
Hey,
Europe.
nuclear is like the cleanest energy, though, isn't it?
I know Europe. I mean, Europe, France, Germany. They all have a lot of nuclear plants. I think France is like 30, man. It's crazy, but no, they just, here in Oregon, they want to, they shut down our last coal plant in Boardman, which is northeastern Washington, and guess where we're getting our energy from now? I mean, we do have hydro here, but with all the Columbia
The
River,
steam
but
the steam condenser tubes rot out, and they have to keep replacing those. So that's pretty costly.
right,
I used to work at the one in Maine. It got decommissioned when I was a young man, and used to keep plugging the tubes, putting these rubber plugs in them from the water coming in from the seawater. It rots them out. They needed to replace 3 steam generators, and they were going to buy some from New Hampshire. at the time, but then they thought the board of directors thought it was too costly, so they just decommissioned it.
Well,
Well,
like I said, here in Oregon, we have PGE, Portland General Electric, where I'm at here in Northern Oregon. But they shut the coal plants down. But guess where we're getting our power from, other than hydro? It's coming from a PG coal plant in Montana. How does that make sense?
Wow,
Yeah. And of course, we
Montana.
got all these we got solar panels all over. I've got a solar farm up the road from me. I got one on the way to the church I was
Yeah,
going
well,
to. Huge.
solar's not
It's
very green, anyways.
not up here, man. We could talk about that. I mean, it's freaking, 8 months out of the year, it's cloudy and raining.
Wow,
It's
bet
you
they're
don't.
pretty good in Arizona,
Yeah, true.
or maybe down where James lives.
Right.
oh yeah, yeah.
You got some down there, James?
What's that? Solar?
Yeah, a lot of businesses with solar.
Yeah, but here's the funny thing though. Okay, the biggest solar farms are in a county called Imperial County, which is the last county
Right.
going to the Arizona border, right? But here's the funny thing. I discovered this, I'm going to say, about 9 or 10 years ago. Okay. And they have solar farms out here that are, I would guess that they're probably, I would say those solar farms are probably about 150, 200 acres minimum. Okay. So they're huge, right?
Yeah.
And then I don't know how many gigaterawatts or whatever the fuck it is that they're producing out there. But here's the funny thing, though. I didn't really. I thought, oh man, that's a lot of energy, right? That's a lot of energy for the people, right? Yeah, cool, man, solar, yay!
Going to
And
Mexico?
but yeah, it's funny because the transformers, the converters and the transformers, all the transmission mechanics of it, right? Um, they go up to these huge structures, what we used to call or what we call transmission towers, right? But the transmission towers head south, okay, from places like El Centro, um, Blythe, Calexico. They're all in the same area in Imperial County, California, right? So the transmission lines head south, and I'm like, well, that James, that just doesn't look right. It doesn't kind of make sense, does it?
Mm.
Why would the transmission lines
Are
go
they going to
to?
Mexico?
And I've actually been to Calexico, which is, you can literally stand in the city of Calexico and jump 2 feet and you're in Mexico. So Calexico
Wow.
is one of those border towns, right? U.S. border towns. And actually had to go to Calexico a while ago for a client we have down there with my company. And this is 9-10 years ago, I should say, when I had to go to this client. And I took this one branch off, like a little state highway that branches off Interstate 8 and goes to Calexico. It's a shortcut, right? So I figured, I'm a rebel, I'm an adventurist, I'll take the shortcut. So all along this shortcut, these transmission lines are going, and I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm going, man, they're still going south. What the fuck, man? So I'm figuring, okay, they're going to drop out, somewhere in a big transmission plant, somewhere in Calexico or something. It's still going to be on U.S. soil. Nope. Transmission lines from the point of origin go from those huge solar farms. They go all the way down and go right over the U.S. border into Mexico.
Okay. So I
Oh,
wonder how much they're getting a deal on that.
well, yeah, they're getting the fees for generating it. They're also probably billing Mexico for, if you look at your utility bill, it may be different in your state. But in California, there's probably about 8 extra charges on your utility bill, and one of those big charges is transmission fee, which by law the generator, the provider of the electricity, is supposed to incur that cost. But the C fuckers, the CPUC, as I call them, the C fuckers, CFUC, the C fuckers.
Mhm.
Sorry, mom, but they have managed to pull the wool over people's eyes, and now the customer pays the transmission fee. So, which is a total violation of law in California, energy law, if you want to call it that. So, um,
What is a transmission fee, though? Well, I
that
mean,
yeah. Well, if you
it's
ask them,
it's alternating current. You're not transmitting very much. It just goes back and forth, right?
well,
So
it's
you're
the same
paying for
kind
the
of
lines and
thing.
stuff, and the towers
Right,
that the lines hang on and stuff.
right. Transmission meaning you might as well just swap the word transmission with transportation fee. In other words, what it costs to pump it from point A to point B, to move it from point A to point B. That's a transmission fee down the line as it goes down the line and goes to the customers. So, for an easy translation. So the transmission fee is now on the customer's bill. So the customer
Well,
gets
it
to pay.
sounds like they're pumping DC instead of AC, because AC doesn't go down line; it goes back and forth on the line, forwards and
Correct.
backwards.
But
So I mean,
they're getting it from the point of origin where it's generated to the customer. So they call it transmission. That's the
So
easiest.
James, are the Americans paying for the electricity that's going to Mexico?
I wouldn't know that directly. I don't know that directly. I'd have to actually get the name of that producer out there in the solar farm,
Yeah.
because I do know that it has changed ownership a couple times since it was originally built. So I don't know who currently holds ownership of it. Um, but it would probably be easy enough to find, but it may not be. I don't know. But
Well, and how
uh,
many, and James, just on that note, how much tax subsidies went to that company to build that thing, right?
correct. Well, it's green. Do I need to say any more? It's
Hey,
green in
no,
California.
it's so green. It was all that stuff was mined using equipment running off of diesel generators and
manufactured in
all
China.
that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Manufactured.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Manufactured in China. So they mined all those materials. They sent them over on a cargo ship running on bunker fuel, and then sent them back with a same ship. So green. Wow.
Yep.
Well, and then about 30 miles west of those solar farms, just before you are going up a mountain pass, um, that's coming out of the sea level desert where El Centro is, and you're coming back up into going from Imperial County to San Diego County. So you got to go up this pass and everything else. But just before you start your upward trend on that pass, where it changes from Imperial County to San Diego County on the way up, the demarcation line there, uh, about 30 miles west of El Centro. Um, last time I counted when I went through there, I think there was 14 giant windmills on the hills, and they're fucking huge. They're fucking huge. You wouldn't believe how big they are.
Mm-hmm.
The funny thing is, and I used to in another company I used to work for years ago before I'm with my current company doing the same job. I used to do a run out there every day, and it always struck me as funny that all this money was spent on building these windmills, and on a good day, maybe there's three of them or four of them spinning, and the other 8, 9, 10, 12 of them are just dormant. And I
Yep.
used to go by that every day.
So are they
So
dormant for maintenance, or are they just
no, 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 dormant,
broken?
dormant. Because they do the engineering on them, and they place them in the wind current, patterns and all that stuff for maximum
Oh,
generation power.
so just no
But
wind going by them. Is that what you mean?
yeah, but I'm just thinking, okay, was that the Ben and Jerry engineers that built that shit, or was it Goofy or Mickey Mouse that built those, or I mean,
Wait,
Mhm.
you mean the windmills that are made out of fiberglass that
hmm
they use a mold out of cast iron that was molded and forged in a coal-fired plant. And then after they make all this stuff, they drive it down the highway with this humongous 2-trailer articulating 18-wheeler that runs on diesel. And then they use a crane and everything to put it up. It runs on diesel. And then they break and they bury them because they don't have any place to put them. Those windmills?
Yeah. But you
You're
hang on a second.
man.
Let's
You're
don't.
racist, bro.
I'm gonna be facetious
That's
here.
racist shit there. That's racist.
Hey,
man.
hey,
Don't like
the technology's not there quite yet to have electric car or electric trucks and can do that. Come on, man. It's gonna happen. It's really gonna happen. We just got to give it time and waste more money on it. Come on.
And then what
Well-
happens when the sun goes down and the wind stops?
Right.
Oh my God! Run!
I don't know. I bet the birds are happy the wind stops so they can fly through there safely, you know?
Do you guys have any electric cars?
Shit, no.
No.
I don't
I
either.
don't have it.
I got an electric weed eater.
Mhm. And I do
Do you
have
know
backup
people that?
power.
Do you know people that have them?
Oh yeah.
Because I don't.
No, I don't know anybody's got an electric car. Nope.
Yep. They're all over where I'm at. They're everywhere.
So there's
Oh,
a
You don't
there's
like
a
'em?
channel. This guy did a video with his Tesla. Is a pretty big channel. Anyway, he was going to a big race in the Rocky Mountain area, and to keep his car charged, he was towing behind him a diesel powered generator. Okay.
Really?
I look, hold on. Yes, I'm absolutely serious. I will find that video and
Well,
give you the link in that spot that we all drop links.
I don't know anybody that has one, but I mean, I don't think they do that.
Well, I'll tell you what, according to Joe in this new wasted infrastructure plan, we're going to have 5,000 chargers across the United States. Come on, man. You'll be able to
Free?
drive coast to coast with stopping every, couple hundred miles or less than a couple hundred miles and sitting there for half an hour charging your car. No worries, man.
Actually, Bill, I thought it took longer to charge them, but I don't know.
Some of them do, but think about all the pollution, the battery, can't recycle them, and the cost of replacing the damn batteries. It's not green. It's not green. Freaking
No, it
bunch
don't
of
sound it.
morons.
It cost me $18 a day to go to work and back.
Jeez.
That's
How far of a drive, man?
35 miles and $3 in tolls. So that's 35 miles one way. That'd be 70 miles.
Yeah.
I'm figuring I use 2 gallons of gas to get there and 2 gallons of gas to get home, and the $3 in tolls.
Yeah, we don't have tolls out here yet. They're trying to push a toll to get from Oregon to Washington across both bridges here, in Portland. But I don't know if it's going to fly because, Washington has a sales tax. They don't like income tax, and Oregon has a income tax, doesn't like sales tax, never passes. But, once they start, going from Portland to Vancouver, you just drive across a bridge. I don't know if people are going to put up with this crap, because even where I'm at, it would take me 25 minutes to get to Washington. I'm not, if I had to work in Washington or vice versa, I wouldn't want to pay a damn toll. I mean, I know back east, especially in Ohio, we got the Ohio Turnpike and shit. I remember that last time I was in Ohio. flew into Cleveland, and we got on. I think it was 80 or something like that, and they had to pay a toll. You know, it was just like, this is crazy shit. Paying tolls for a road that your tax money already fucking paid for, man.
Right. They're trying
Hey,
to get
look
out
in
of
private.
state, isn't it? Yes.
Look in private chat. There's the link for it.
Hang on. All right, I can't copy and paste that, but
Oh,
James,
okay. I'll put it.
James,
I'll put it in the other spot. Never mind.
yeah, it's fine. If you want to
Hey,
share.
Hexa seen it. Hexa knows.
Oh yeah, cool.
Huh.
Yeah, there's
I
nothing
believe
green
you.
about energy. Yeah, exactly. And the new, I think, saw a report today. The going green is going to cost the world $150 trillion over 10 years. I mean,
Yeah.
come
And by the
on,
10th
man.
year, it'll be a lot more than that.
No, I know, but I'm just like, come on, man. Seriously?
And how much of that's going to the politicians?
Right, exactly. Well, in the
They always
World
got, they
Economic
have their
Forum,
hands in everything.
yeah, the World Bank, World Economic Forum, United Nations,
The
you name it.
consumer pays up the butt for everything.
That's right. You own nothing and be happy.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, and that's, you remember last week we were talking. Scarecrow is like, I don't want to live anywhere east of the Mississippi,
Yes.
and that's the
What's
thing
wrong with East?
toll, and they have a couple toll roads out here in California, depending on where you're at, but far and few between. But they do have them. But um, you know, it's kind of like there's a little comedic skit there for that, right? It's like, well, yeah, today I'm gonna get in my car, I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna pay, $16 in excise taxes on my gas. Then I'm gonna drive up to the toll booth and I'm gonna take it up the ass again. And then I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna earn my paycheck. I'm gonna take it up the ass there when I get my paycheck. Then I'm gonna turn around and come home and I gotta pay another toll, take it up the ass there, and then get some more gas because I'm out of gas by the time I get home. I'll take it up the ass there again,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's just like this. Why don't you just go to Costco and get about 4 freaking jugs of that 48-ounce shit? Stay lubed up. You shouldn't have any problems doing number two. You shouldn't have any problems. You're always lubed up.
Okay. And so we're all in agreement also. We don't know anybody that has an electric car, but they want to tax people how far they drive because they're not getting enough tax revenue because people are driving electric cars.
Yep, absolutely. Well, they're trying to push a bike tax out here, which I'm for the bike tax because there's bike fucking lanes everywhere here in Oregon that they had to expand roads and shit. Even on my, I live out in the country, and they widened the road a little bit of, I don't know, 5 years ago, put bike paths in, and it's like, well, our gas tax is paying for that shit, It's
Well,
crazy.
here's a little gem for you, Bill. Here's a little gem for you. Well, for anybody. But why do bicycles have serial numbers on them?
Why do they have what?
Serial numbers on them.
I don't know. In case it gets stolen, I mean, that's my first thought, but it's got to be something else.
No, because technically they're actually a form of transportation, and they're supposed to be registered with your Department of Motor.
Yeah,
That's why they say if you ride a bicycle, you have to abide by all motor vehicle codes.
I'm not registering a bicycle that does not have a motor
Right.
with the DMV. That's like, I know, but still, no, not doing it. That's like, transportation. My mule could be a form of transportation.
Well,
I'm not registering my mule with the DMV. You know what I mean?
Right.
I thought it was considered recreation.
No, they're actually considered motor vehicular
Oh,
item. So
wow.
It may depend
and,
on the state, though. State regulations
yeah,
or whatever.
Where's the
yeah,
motor?
right. And what was it for the longest time? Unless it was over 50 cc's or 50 whatever it was, you didn't have to register it or do anything like. I
Right.
don't know.
Well, back in the 80s, you could have own a scooter and not have a plate on it and shit.
Yeah,
Right.
mopeds, you don't have to have a motorcycle endorsement if it's under, 50 cc or whatever in most states.
Yeah. But yeah.
But is it a motor or an engine?
Right.
Because at
You are-
DMV, I mean, none of the cars and vehicles you drive really need to be registered with DMV
No,
because it's an engine, right?
it's a tax, man. It's like I've always said. A fishing license tax. Because for a long, I mean, for decades, I was a big fisherman, man, and it's the price out here went from like $22 to $30, and it was like $40, and then that's just for a basic fishing license, and then you got to buy a fucking salmon tag and this and the regulations out here for fishing for salmon or steelhead or whatever. Just I mean I don't even. That's why I mean I'm a bass fisherman. I grew up in the Midwest. It's like, do you want to go salmon fishing? It's like, no, I'm not buying a tag. I'm not going salmon fishing. I'm not paying the government more money. And not only that, we gotta pay $5 to get into our state parks here, let alone you go up into federal land up by Mount Hood or something. And to park up there, you got to have a federal pass that you have to buy. If you're only going to go up there for a day, you still got to pay the fucking fee. It's all revenue generating for the states and the city and the federal government. It's all about money.
So, Bill, you're telling me you got to put a tag on the fish?
No, well, for if you in Oregon, you cannot even actually bring a native fish into your boat. But no, say you catch a hatchery fish because that's all you can keep. There's it's a law here, and I went on a couple guided fishing trips where it was all paid for. And when somebody would catch a fish that we could keep that was hatchery grown, the guide would have to pull out a piece of paper and write down when it was caught, where it was caught, what it was caught with, and then submit that to the state. So they could track, because up here everything's it's all about the salmon and the steelhead, and yeah, it's they're
Wow.
tags. It's a tag. Everybody. There's a lot of people back east we call that are like, what the hell's a tag? And it's like out here on the West Coast, at least in Washington, Oregon, your registration stickers that you put on your license plate, we call them tags out here. Every Washington's got their tags are just ridiculously priced. We went from, I think it was like $50 every 2 years. Now we're up to 112 every 2 years. So I mean, it's not as bad as other states, but still, you got to go to the DMV. You got to, pay your money and get your tag and put it on your car, and it's just more fees, more fees, more fees. Everything's got a fee to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. Just bleeding the people.
Yep.
No, it's we the sheeple, man. Really.
I think when you go pay your car registration, they should give you a free 48-ounce jar.
Oh, the Costco giant lube. Yeah, right.
No thanks. I'll put my chastity belt on.
Thank you for
and a bag of cheese puffs, right? Yeah, Patriot there had a good comment. Batteries contain more earth minerals. Just to get those minerals, does more damage to the environment than the fuel vehicle. That's right. Yeah, like Watcher was saying earlier. What you got diesel powered dump trucks and cranes and shit that drag line cranes that pull all the shit out of the earth, and that's one thing we left Afghanistan. And what do you think China's going to do? They're going to go in and they're going to make a deal with the Taliban to mine all their
they're going to get all the gold.
Right.
You got to take care of my poppy fields too now.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Now the fentanyl's come over here.
Crazy. Man. Who would have thought? I mean, well, I know
Yeah.
Watcher's younger than
Let's
me.
go, let's go, Brandon.
Yeah.
Durka, Muhammad Jihad.
Well, us in our 50s or above, it's like, back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, who would have ever thought we'd get to where we're at now? Never would have thought it,
Fuck.
Our politicians sold us out.
Yep.
They sold out America.
For decades.
Yep.
I think when I first saw when I saw my first what do they used to call them, gay bathhouses in San Diego.
I've
I was
heard of
like,
that.
oh, what the frick is this?
Hey, but
What
those
the
have been
heck?
happening.
Were they
San
built by
Those
the
have been
Navy?
happening for a long time,
Is that
though.
where is that where the gays go to stay clean, or what? What does that mean, gay bathhouse? What does that mean? And that was back in shit. First one of those I saw was probably 88, 87, 86.
Were you in the
Somewhere.
submarine service?
What's that?
Were you in the submarine service?
I was not a bubblehead, no.
Okay, because I heard they were full of semen.
That's where 64
Hey,
sailors go down
welcome in
wait.
Tuco Low.
Hey,
Welcome in
oh.
Tuco Low.
Bill will like this
Never.
one.
What's that?
A submarine is a vessel where 64 sailors go down and 32 couples come up.
Wow.
Why do you think I didn't join the Navy, dude? Army all the way, man. Army all the way.
Hey, sailor.
But actually, I think submarine service people call everybody a target.
Ballistic missile submariners probably do.
Let's just
I don't know, but they like putting a missile in a tube. That's for sure.
Why are missiles shaped like penises?
In the submariners have those hot bunks too, right? Where every bunk is hot because somebody's sleeping in it, and you get off shift and you go over there and you got a hot bunk. I could have never went in the Navy, man. No way.
If I would have been military, I would have liked to have done Navy just to be a CB. I always thought they did good work.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yep. Well, I'll tell you what, man. My older brother was in the Air Force. He did 8 years. My younger brother, he just retired after 21 years. Pilot, and my dad was Army. I went Army, and after going through what I went through in the Army, it's like, shit. Why didn't I pick the freaking Air Force, man? No PT. You only have to PT test once a year. You have to run 1 mile and do like 30 push-ups or something like that. It's like, crap, man, I picked the wrong branch.
So Bill, did you ever get in a tank?
No, I showed you what I did as bridge crew.
Yeah, but I just thought maybe you might have got a ride.
I've seen it, man. I've been to, when we went in Germany, there's a Grafenwehr, which is a gun range, and then Hohensfels, which is another training area where you play war games. And it was 91. We went out there with the Spanish army, and we were playing war games with them, and we were building bridges and shit like that. But Grafenwehr was cool because it was all ranges. And I was driving for a sergeant major at the time, I was in headquarters company at the time, and wherever the sergeant major wants you to drive, you drive. And he's like, let's go over to the M1 range. And we got to get out there and watch M1's shooting shit down range. And holy crap, man. Seeing that stuff up front, close and live, seeing an M1 fire a freaking Sabo round. Shit.
Yeah. It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
What kind of ship did you station on, James?
Let's just say I spent time on many ships.
Okay.
Let's see.
Do you have a favorite?
Probably my most funnest tour was on the Independence.
Aircraft carrier, right?
TV-62, yeah. That was probably my funnest tour, but I've done many tours on amphibs, on part of
What's an amphib? I don't know what an amphib is.
Oh, amphib is where it's basically the taxi for the Marines and other forces. Those are what they call them amphibs because they can float their decks. In other words, they can fill their well decks, so they call them well decks. And
is that something like I seen on the old videos from World War II where the guys are on these like rectangular boats that are full of people?
Right, and those are called LSTs, and
Okay.
And those are where
Higgins
the gates.
boats too.
Yeah, they can flood the decks, and basically it's like a box that's empty, and then they fill it with water, and they float the vehicles out. And they have these huge. They're like mini aircraft carriers. They call them LHDs now, which replaced the old LPHs. Anyway, Amphib Navy is a whole nother Navy. It's a separate part of the Navy. It is the United States Navy, but it's a separate part, and it's mainly used for Marine / amphibious special forces folks that that are going to storm beaches. They're going to, basically amphibious vehicles, floating small arms, floating, floating. I don't want to say tanks, but floating amphibious vehicles, floating combat vehicles that are going to approach countries where there are no friendlies, places to moor in on a pier or whatever else. So they got to float the vehicles. Largely, it's the giant taxi service for the United States Marine Corps, in large part, and other special forces units. But I did time with the Amphib Navy. I've done time on destroyers, aircraft carriers, and
Nice.
up in the wild blue yonder. So that's about all I can say here. But
Pretty cool.
Did you ever
Yeah.
get seasick, man? Because I know I'd get seasick
Yep.
unless it's on a carrier, man.
Not on a carrier, do you?
I was on a guided missile cruiser, the USS William H. Stanley, in the southeastern Asia Ocean, and we were taking about 40-degree rolls.
Oh shit! Hear
in
that?
typhoon. So we were pretty much literally walking on the bulkheads. And because the ship is watertight, by compartmentation.
You had problems just standing on deck.
Yeah. I think I painted the bulkhead a few times with food projectile wallpaper. But that was the only time ever I got seasick.
Wow. I've been lucky. I never got seasick.
Yeah, I only got seasick the one time in my whole career, and that was it. And
as you know, a few months back, we had this conversation where I told you I was on a cable laying ship.
Oh yeah, you were on a big utility ship. Yeah, I know about.
Yeah, we put an underwater cable in.
Yeah, I've seen many of those.
Well, from one country to another.
Yep.
Wow,
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
They're fucking huge.
The transatlantic cable.
Yeah.
The Long Lines was the name of the ship.
Were you doing fiber lines or what?
Yeah, they were all fiber.
Yeah.
Of course, they were coated with shark bite and all. They're about I'm gonna guess 3 inches in diameter.
Yeah, because the fibers are super small.
Right, everything on the inside the cable, it's the fibers. It's in the plastic, and then it's sheathed with steel wire
Right.
wrapped around it. Then it's coated with like a fiber, then with tar, something like a tar texture.
Right. Yeah. That's pretty. Now that's some technology right there. That's some technology right there.
Well,
Hey, y'all know that
yeah.
there's still copper wires in New York, in the New York area, that were put there by like Edison?
Oh,
Probably. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, there are.
Yeah.
There are. Yeah. Most definitely.
But
There
did you
are.
know
There are subways in New York.
only 2%, only 2% of the cable that's underwater is being used.
There's a lot of cable underwater
Yeah.
too.
Yes.
Well, there are subways in New York where they still have the electrical conduit from the 1920s and 30s still in them. Yep.
Well,
And it's
you guys remember the old penny fuses where you screw them in? My first house,
Yep.
Before I bought it, I was like, nah, dude, you gotta change. You gotta put a real electrical panel in here because I live in an apartment with my ex-wife. It was in Multnomah, which is an old part of Portland, but she had the same thing where it was like, I was just like, throw a penny in there, no big deal. Fuse goes out.
You know,
Yep.
Bill, most of the houses in New England are that way.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and you guys still run off fuel oil, right? Up there in the Northeast.
The heating oil,
Yeah,
that's
heating oil.
that's the common source of heat.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And the next common source would be natural gas if you're in a city, or propane. But of course, if you live rural, most people are burning wood or coal
Sure.
out of a stove. I have my wood stove going right now.
Hey, do you guys out there? I mean, we got out here in the Northwest. When we get these, inversions, which happens usually late December, early January, mid January, where there's no air moving, and they, they issue a warning that if you're burning a wood stove, they're going to come out and fine your ass.
Oh,
Unless it's the only source of heat in your home. And I mean, it's crazy. It's like, well.
wow.
Why shouldn't somebody just be able to, burn their
Well, fortunately, out here it's windy most days.
mm.
It's
Well,
What do you mean
very
by
rare.
we are in a valley here, so there's
I was
always
gonna say, what's the reason for the fine? Is it smog or air quality?
yeah, it's air quality, air
Yeah.
quality, DEQ,
I
the
never
mark?
knew wood stove put out bad quality air. Most chimneys around here there's no smoke coming out of the chimneys because the stoves are efficient.
Yeah.
You can drive by it. You can right my house. You don't see nothing coming out of the chimney.
It's a good hot fire.
You can't see it. No
What a
smoke.
concept.
Only when you first start it. Then once you shut it down to what normal running temperature, nothing's coming out of the chimney as that you can visually see.
Hey man, if the Native Americans could have done it, back in the day where you didn't want to let your enemies know where you are, why can't we do it now?
Right.
Well, you know what? I mean, electricity, power, energy in Southern California is ridiculously stupid, right? Tying in all the green shit and everything else. So I'm using, I did that video on candle power, right? So I do a version of that. I use
Yeah.
candle, and I actually use my backup solar system that I built to produce. I got a little 250-watt heater, little space heater. And that'll last about 3 hours on my backup system if I need to use it. And I have used it a couple times. But I got this letter. You're gonna laugh at this. I got this letter um, from SDG&E, right? The electricity gas provider, the energy provider in my area, and they send out these letters for mid-cycle usage reports, right? So you get this little 1-page letter and it has a little graph on it and says, hey James, you're doing really well. You're doing really good compared to last year, right? So I get this mid-cycle energy report about maybe about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was in the mail, and they said, you're 36% lower than last year. Is everything okay? Do you need any help with assistance?
Oh,
Like, you know what I said, right? You know what I said in my mind? Go fuck yourselves. Go fuck yourselves. I'm beating the system my way. And yeah, I don't answer them back or anything. I don't give them any information they shouldn't know. But yeah, I'm beating the energy fuckers in my own way because I decided to think outside the box. And
they're probably thinking you can't turn on your electricity because you're too poor.
yeah, I'm sure the sheriff's going to show up at my door someday and say, just doing a health and welfare check on you.
Well,
Make sure
welfare check. Yeah.
yeah, you're not freezing in there, are you? Get the fuck off
Well,
of my
hey,
porch.
well, at least they don't have a reason to come after you for illegal pot grow, right? You're too much
Right.
in.
Right. Yeah, the sheriff's come to my door and I'll say something like, dude, you're interrupting the fucking meth production here, bro. Okay, what do you need? What do you need, bro? Okay. Look, if I'm away from
If
it
you
too,
didn't show up with some Sudafed, go away.
my house is gonna blow, bro. You're detracting from the process here, bro. What'd you say, sir? Nothing, man. I said get the fuck off my porch. Um,
Oh, hey,
but
Watcher, you just said Sudafed. Do you guys have maybe in California, but up here in Oregon, it's been about I want to say 10, 12 years. If you want Sudafed, you got to show your driver's license.
that's right. Same in California.
Yeah,
Same
Why
in
is
because
that?
meth is we still have a big meth problem here in Oregon, and it didn't help at all.
It's
But
like that here too.
yeah,
It's a Fourth
Huh.
Amendment violation.
There's plenty of that around here.
Well, if it can be, if it's something they can find revenue, in other words,
that's
you bought
right.
Sudafed without you illegally bought Sudafed. You need to
I
be
didn't
put
know.
pay a fine, right?
I didn't know they used it for that.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Along with Drano and a bunch of other shit. Yeah, meth
Well,
is
look,
Right
man,
now.
when people can't get their Adderall fixed no more because the pharmacy won't give them another script, they got to go elsewhere,
You guys ever watch Breaking Bad?
What's
no.
that?
You never watched that series?
No, I
Breaking Bad?
get the gist of it, but no, I'm not into that kind of stuff.
What was
Oh,
that, James?
what's that?
What did you ask?
Have you ever watched the series Breaking Bad?
Breaking Bad. Oh yes, yes, I watched that before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I watched some of those episodes.
Yeah,
That
high
was Malcolm in the Middle's daddy. He was over there
Yeah,
cooking up some stuff, being all scientific and shit.
right.
He was a school teacher, became a drug dealer, right?
Yeah, he was a high school chemistry teacher, and he figured out working with the Mexican cartel folks how
He got cancer and he wanted to make
right.
a good amount of money or whatever to leave his family, and then problems ensued.
Yeah, it's a hell of a series. I enjoyed it.
It is.
I really.
I've only seen like 3 or 4 episodes, but it came on late, and I had to go to bed.
That's one of those series that I would actually buy, on DVD or whatever the case is. That's it's the Sopranos, Breaking Bad, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
I would, yeah. That's one of those series that it was just done really well. I mean, the cinematography, and they filmed a large part of it out here in the deserts. So actually, I think they
Breaking Bad was cool, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think
something I have
most
to
of
do. I
it.
get no more baseball. I'll have to watch that.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, if you catch it from the beginning, I mean, just an excellently written show. I mean, from episode to episode, you gotta follow it because that's one of those series you can follow, and if you miss an episode or two, you're like lost. You got to follow the
Oh.
provisions. What's happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then you're like, why is he working on his crawl space? You know,
Right. Hell of a series. But thanks, Bill, for getting us on the meth track there. Appreciate it.
Sorry, man. You guys
yeah.
want to
Next
still?
thing you know,
Hey,
it's gonna be shake and bake, and I helped.
well, hey, I'm gonna ask you guys. We're 2 hours into this. You want to keep going, or you want to end it? And...
I'd like to keep going.
Okay, I know you do because you always got a lot to say. You just always seem.
It's your live stream, bro. I mean, what do you want to put out there to the
Hey,
populace? Is the question.
Yeah.
It's the Four Stooges now, so you know.
Right. Hey, we're having a good time. Keep it going.
Yeah. All right.
Now remember, we can always do this backstage too if you end the broadcast. So, I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
no,
it is what it
I
is.
saw that.
But my question is to the chat. You know, are you guys enjoying the conversation? Because if there's no reply to that question, then why are we here? We can do this, you know, off live. You know,
Right.
Why do we have to censor ourselves? Why do we have to hide it? Keep it
because
going.
it's YouTube.
All right. All right. Well, you guys keep talking. I gotta let my dog out one more time, and maybe he's done for the night, man. So it's raining outside, so maybe he'll go quick.
Oh,
All right. I'll be right back.
okay.
If it was my dog, he'd have been out already and back in. My dog hates the rain. Big old
Oh.
prissy, something.
I have 2 dogs.
Me too. One of them's inside, one of them's outside. The outside one don't have a choice.
My dogs don't make much noise at night.
Mine do. They do their job.
Well, you guys are always hearing my Sheltie. He's all over the map. He's anything that moves or shakes, he's barking. So.
Well, I swear my dogs can smell a bear when it comes around.
Probably can.
Because I can hear nothing, absolutely nothing, and all of a sudden my dogs are going wacky. And then once you know it, there's a bear.
The biggest problem I've got is possums and raccoons and you know.
I have those too.
You guys ever watch that raccoon guy on YouTube? I forget this.
Which one?
Nope. But I might check it out.
Yeah, he's got this whole. I think last time I watched him, God, I can't remember the name of his channel now. Maybe he's called the Raccoon Whisperer or something like that. But he feeds them hot dogs, mainly hot dogs, and he feeds them fruit, and he feeds them mainly like fruit and hot dogs. And he comes out of his house with like a whole box of fucking hot dogs, and 15 or 20 of them come up on his patio deck there by his house, and he feeds them, and it's pretty cool actually. But you know, that's against the grain of what's naturally supposed to happen, of course. But,
well, you're probably aware of that the raccoon's paws or hands are built just like the human hand.
Right. Yeah, and they go up to him, they grab him, and it looks like a little human hand. You know, just go up and grab the hot dog from him.
And they're able to open a chicken coop door and unlock them.
Yep.
I know
another guy that live streams raccoon stuff, but he lines up a bunch of stuff against his garage door or out in the driveway if it's not raining, but he feeds them cat food and like raw chicken and hot dogs, and they love marshmallows. Like if he'll be sitting there, and if he throws a marshmallow out there when there's a whole gang of them out there, you know, he'll throw a marshmallow. Man, they fight over it and stuff. But yeah, it's fun stuff.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully the raccoons don't come around here too often. I'm attributing that to my dogs.
Yeah.
What they like to do, they like to pull the chickens' heads off.
Oh.
I got video of my little outside dog.
I have no idea why, but that's what they don't even eat the chickens. They just love to kill them.
There was 3 raccoons in the tree limb, and 2 of them fell down. One of them started running a little bit. A little son-bitching dog outside. He grabbed one of them in his mouth, and then went over there and bit the other. He killed both of them. I got
Yep.
video of the whole thing. Yep. Raccoons, they sound like sad cats when they're dying, by the way.
Oh.
Sorry to bring it there, but yeah.
Well, I love all animals. I just don't want them killing my chickens.
Yeah, I mean, my neighbors, the former neighbors
Oh,
here,
welcome back.
they had chickens, which they ended up a couple of them died because a raccoon got in and somehow got into they had a chicken coop there, you know, with chicken wire and shit, but it got in there and killed a couple of them. Yeah, they didn't like the chickens because their dog would always chase them around. They had a little Chihuahua, and then of course they were shitting everywhere, and they were pecking at their window all the time. You know, but when you don't have property, I mean, you know, that's what's going to happen with chickens. You know.
Yeah, snakes will get little chicks unless you got a nice sealed up brooder and it's somewhere protected away.
Right.
And then if you've got your chickens, you know, in a run that's open, you got to worry about birds of prey, you know, hawks and stuff, you know, owls. I'm eating almonds. Sorry.
Did you see what Hexapoo's put up?
Yeah, I just put it up on the screen there.
Well,
Yeah, raccoons are they're crazy, man. They're smart. The first
yes, they are.
I dug a little pond and I put some bluegill. I went fishing and brought home a bucket with some bluegill and put it in there and I was mowing the grass one time and I started seeing these fish bones and fish heads everywhere and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I worked late at night because I worked for UPS at the time, early shift, and I sat up there with a flashlight and I caught raccoons in my little tiny pond that I dug. They were just, chowing on it, and I'd get my BB gun out and shoot them in the ass, and they'd take off. But
Yeah,
and that was
All right,
that was
here's
in, that was in
they are
Portland
very smart.
City.
They can figure out anything.
Yep,
hey, I got a tip for you. If you ever see a possum and a dog's barking at him or he sees you or whatever and he doesn't like roll over and play dead and dog's barking and the possum just stays where he's at and kind of holds his ground and like you whack him with a stick or a broom or something and he doesn't move, that somebody's got rabies.
Well, I don't know. Possum have very sharp teeth. They're triangular.
And they're gangly too.
Yeah.
But that's one of the side
And
effects
I've
of
never-
rabies
and I-
is
and
like
I've never-
they don't
I've
fear.
I've never seen a possum play dead either.
I
No, I
have.
mean,
They say
My
possum
little
play
dog,
dead.
at night, man.
my little
Not
dog
here.
barks at them all the time, and they play dead for him unless they
No
got
kidding.
rabies. Then they just stand their ground. I've seen possums in the tree behind my house hanging by their tail sleeping too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had some inside my chicken pen before. And I chased them out because I have a goose and she makes a lot of noise.
Oh, you got a guard goose. That's awesome.
I had two, but something happened last winter and I went out there and right inside the coop. It was dead. I didn't see any blood on it, but something killed it. I don't know what.
I hear keeping a turkey around is pretty good too, because turkeys, they don't care.
I was told that not to put turkeys with chickens because of diseases. So I never had a turkey.
I mean, back in the day, they wouldn't let sheep and cows graze the same ground, but I mean, that's ridiculous too, because parasites that come from cows don't live in a sheep's gut. A sheep's gut will kill them, and then sheep parasites will die in a cow's gut. So it's actually kind of beneficial to graze them together.
Yeah. Could be true. I don't know. I have a lot of wild turkeys here, though. Lots of them. Sometimes they roost right on the railings on my porch.
Wow, that's cool. We out here, I've never seen a turkey, but we got quail, and then of course pheasants too. Where I live, there's a guy. He's a couple miles away, but he actually raises pheasants. Never went there. It's a kind of like a private. I've never really looked into it, but I've seen quail behind my house out in the tree nursery behind my house, and it's like, well, if I ever needed food, I could just get out my pellet gun and pop one of them and
That's right.
freaking eat a quail, man.
And all you need to do, Bill, is you step on their feet after you kill it, pull the wings, and the breast will pop out, and you'll have a nice breast.
Yeah, I've never eaten quail. I've had pheasant before. One of the guys I used to work with years ago.
Pheasant's pretty good, kind of dry, but it's good.
Yeah, he went to South Dakota with his dad on a pheasant hunting trip, and they brought back a ton of pheasants, and he gave me, I think, two of them, and I went to cook them up, and I was with my ex-wife and her kids at the time, and the oldest was helping me cut the feet off, because it was pretty much clean, but it wasn't, the kids were like, ew, gross feet, and I'm like, all right, let's cut them off, and but man, that was some good pheasant, man.
Yep. We used to have a lot of pheasants around here when I was a teenager, and now you never see a pheasant. I don't know what happened, but they're gone around here.
Yeah, yeah. And well, when I was growing up, my dad used to me and my older brother, we were more into fishing than hunting. We went rabbit hunting once and didn't get anything, and we were kind of bored after that when we were really young. But he used to go duck and goose hunting, and God dang man, fresh goose and fresh duck, and then
Yep.
when we were at Fort Campbell. I know my mom's. If she's listening to this, she'll probably remember it, and she's probably still
Hi,
pissed.
Ma.
But my dad, he got a deer, and he hung it in our carport in Fort Campbell, and butchered it up out in the carport. Man. And I tell you what, deer heart and onions, man, cooked is really good. Oh
Yep.
my God, that's
I've
good
had that before. Yep.
Now, isn't duck considered red meat?
You would think so. I mean,
I don't
'cause
know about that.
Because I think duck is one of the
It's
few.
dark. That's all I know.
I think duck is one of the few birds that you can eat rare because it's
Ooh.
considered you can cook it like a red meat.
Probably. I don't know. Back in many years ago, before they invented fire, of course, they had to eat raw.
Well, yeah, obviously, but I mean, in modern times, I think you can order like a duck breast, and they'll serve it rare or medium rare, like they would a steak.
Yeah, I don't know about rare,
I
but
never heard of that.
rare, cool.
Probably true.
Well, hey guys, man, we're 2 hours and
Oh, is that a
18
problem?
minutes. What's that?
I said, do you have to go to bed?
No, but I mean, we could. There's a lot of stuff I'd like to talk about. I can't talk about it here on YouTube. So,
Oh, where can we talk about it?
well, you can stay. I can end the stream, or I know you
I
like
would
our
love to talk about what you can't talk about.
What's that?
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah. Well, it has to do with the thing that's going around it, whatever. And
Okay, well, let's do that. Just tell me how.
well, okay, I'll end the stream, and you can just stay on. That's all you have to do.
That's
Then we
cool.
don't
Bye, YouTube.
we don't have to go to Discord or anything like that. But hey, Four Stooges tonight, great. Hope we can keep this going up. Whether there's return on investment or not, I know Scarecrow enjoys it, so I'm willing to put in the time to host a live stream, and we'll see if anybody's watching. Share it out. You got four good guys up here, or at least three besides me. There's a lot of intelligence up here, and Yeah.
Yep.
It just, get sidetracked sometimes. Talk about
We're
some
all
fun stuff.
Americans.
We all
Yeah.
love talking to Ma, even though we don't hear her talking back. We know she's doing it.
Yeah, right. Right,
Love you,
right.
Ma.
All right. Well, I'll end the stream, guys, and thanks for showing up. Everybody that came in the chat, appreciate it. And if you like the content, let people know. We're going to try to do this every Saturday, same time, same bat channel, 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 Eastern, kind of, so we can get our East Coast friend here, Scarecrow, because
I
I know he
appreciate
Six,
it.
6 o'clock left coast. That's right.
left
I get a
coast,
lot
right?
of information here.
It's
Right.
and grow food not long. Save the bees.
Right. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna end the stream and hang on a second. We'll go in private mode here. So, thanks for showing up, everybody, and take care.